Alright, so here I have neatly organized some 10 techniques, just like things in general in Theme Park Tycoon 2, that you can do to make your parks look better. Like, be less of a noob or more of a pro, I guess, for you out there that think you all are pros. A lot of you might already be using this. Most people, I don't think most people use this. If you're just getting into the game, these are like must-dos in the game. You have to do these things, and a lot of these things a lot of people don't use. So even if you're a pro, there's probably something in here that will help you in your parks. So let's just start the 10 things. And they're simple things, by the way, to be exact. Number one is to use different and good materials. Don't use plastic unless you're making like a toy land like I made before. But if you're making a realistic park, please don't use plastic. Literally anything other than plastic works. You can use anything like concrete, metal, pavement, marble, wood, wooden planks, cobblestone, rock, and try to also not use bricks, because bricks, as you can see right here, this is like part of the example, you know, like a little demonstration. So I use bricks right here. They look okay, but when do you see bricks that small? Bricks are like, compared to a person, they are pretty darn big, and it just doesn't really look that good. I guess the material's okay if you're trying to be a little lazy, but we can do better than this. But we're gonna use concrete and we're gonna do gray. Let's say these bricks I just want to be gray, just like that right there. The poles, maybe I'll just keep concrete and not put bricks on the poles. But here we go. So that already looks better for some reason. We'll make this concrete as well. And now on top of this, because they're bricks, we can't just keep it at concrete. You want it to be bricks. So what we're gonna do, very simple, I guess. Look at this. I like 1/4 snapping, to be honest, so I like, there we go. So here is my brick, and it's not going to take way too long. It looks like it's going to take centuries, but I promise it won't. Now we can go to no snapping, pop it out a little bit, and then pop it out the other way a little bit, and just make it so it looks like there's a little divot right there. And not only will this make it look like actual bricks, like there is going to be a divot. Like in the actual material, it's literally just an image. This is like 3D right here. Three-dimensional stuff. We're going crazy with these. Okay, now go back to 1/4 snapping, and now we're gonna just bring it right up to here, and we're gonna just test out the snappings, how we're gonna work. We're gonna make this concrete in the back really light, just so then we can see the bricks. So as you can see right here, there's way too big of a gap right here, so I think we're just gonna lift this up a little bit. 1/4 snapping up, and look at that, we have a little gap, and it's perfect. And if you want your gap to be bigger, then just make your brick a little smaller. I think that's pretty good right there, so we're gonna keep that too. Now delete both of these, and now we've got our one brick that we're just gonna spam everywhere basically. So we're gonna go back to 1/4 snapping, and literally anywhere you go, well actually 1/2 snapping, my bad guys, 1/2 snapping, and literally anywhere you go, you're just gonna place an awesome brick like this. And now we're gonna go up like this, so every other one is gonna look like this. And now just to the side again, and look, this looks insane. It looks so detailed. It looks like you're literally a pro, even though half of y'all are maybe a little noobish. I don't want to say you're all noobs, but you might all be noobs. But then there's someone like Baseball watching this. If you don't know who Baseball is, he makes a lot of the parks that I tour. So if I'm touring it, it's really good. So his parks are amazing. If you're watching this, Baseball, I'm not calling you a noob. You're not a noob. Alright, so we're gonna go to half snapping again, and look at this. Now we got some awesome bricks. We just went to 4th snapping for we went to 1/4 snapping so that we can go like halfway through here so it looks like actual bricks. And now here we go, look at this. So what we're gonna do, since it's sticking out so much, we're gonna go to no snapping and then just make it smaller until you want it like that. So we're going to do that to both sides, and then we're just going to reuse this brick for all the sides. And also, this one is sticking out too, but I think what we're just going to do is make the wall longer, because I feel like that's just easier. Okay, back to 1/2 snapping, and we're going to just keep making all of these bricks. And what I like to do sometimes is make this back wall just a little bit lighter than the brick on top of it. So like this. Look at that. So also, one more thing you can do is make these different colors. So we're going to do some darker and some lighter. I did forget the top row, but it's okay. Okay, and there we go. That is our brick wall. That looks actually so cool. And now look at the comparison. So this, it's literally just an image, a flat surface, and then this 3D amazing thing right here. So that's how you're gonna make your walls look just like better. You can make them any colors you want and stuff. So that's the first thing. And now the roof right here, please do not use default materials. If it looks genuinely good, then do it. But when have you seen a concrete roof? Like, come on, guys. So we're gonna make this. I think we're just gonna use wooden planks and then maybe like brown. You know what? That looks pretty sick. That is going to be it right there. Make sure to explore different materials, actually. So we're going to explore a couple other ones, see if they're better. Foil? No. Maybe rock. Rock has some potential. You know what? Rock looks even better than the wood, in my opinion. It really depends on the style of what you're doing. Oh, pavement. Whoa, pavement looks kind of sick as well. So that is number 1. So let's move on to the second simple tip. All right, the second one we have here is focusing more on lighting. So for this one, we're going to be using some detailed lighting in this little building right here and seeing how much better it looks before and after. In my Super Nintendo World Park, if you've seen the episode, the latest episode, I think it was like 10, there was like this area in the like beginning part with like super cool lighting. I used so much lighting. I used like lighting on top, on the sides, at the bottom, and we're going to be kind of replicating what I did in the Super Nintendo World thing. So I'm going to show you how to do some cool and complicated lighting to make things just more detailed. So let's say there was a ride going through here. We're going to make a ride going through here, actually, because why not? Let's see. We'll use the dark ride because it's freaking sick. The new update for the dark ride is so cool. And I just pressed out of it. What am I doing? So let's say the ride started over here. It goes like this. Do, 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 do. And then it turns this way like that. And then just goes straight through here. And let's say you just wanted to make this just really detailed and cool with the lighting. So we're going to make it even first because it's not even even. Okay, so we're going to add some cool lighting. You don't have to do it like this. Just do cool lighting. Just add a lot of lighting. I'm going to show you how to, though. So right here, what we're going to do, what I'm going to do is make the roof a little higher and then extend it like this on all the sides. And so now we got roof like this. You're like, what in the world are you doing, Kizy? Well, guess what? We're going to do some cool stuff right here. We're going to add some neon lights. This is what I did in my Mario Kart ride to make it like pretty sick. We're gonna add neon lights right here, and we're just gonna make sure to add different kinds of lights, just different colors and just shades of light and stuff. So we're gonna add some neon lights, and I want to be able to see them from the ride. So let's pretend we're in the ride right here. We're gonna want to see them right here. Boom, that is perfect right there. First, we're gonna make this orangey, and I think we're gonna make it just a little bit brighter. Okay, so we're gonna add lights. So these are gonna go throughout the entire border up here, and this is obviously like it's gonna continue. So we're not gonna put some up here because this is supposed to continue. So we got it like this, and now we're gonna do it on the other side. We're gonna press J for global snappy and go on the other side. Gotta make sure we can see the neon light again. That's good right there. And now let's place those all around. See, now there's a lot of orange up here. I actually like it. It's like a cool little tint on the sides. And the main color here is just going to be like, it's going to be just normal white. So, and now this light, we're going to hide it because it looks kind of ugly, to be honest. So we're going to grab this light and we're going to make it a little more range, but not very bright. So we're going to do 32, actually a little less, 26 range. So we're going to grab this light and then we're going to put it underneath the track to get the most amount of range right here. So we're going to put one right there, and then we're going to put one at the end right there and make sure it's like pretty spread out. I think that looks pretty cool. It's kind of spread out. So we got the main white light and then the orange at the top. And now the last light we're going to add is some blue at the very, very top. And so we're going to grab the same light we just used, make it blue. So I think for this, I'll do brightness of 2 and then range of like 21. And let's see what that looks like. And we're just going to put these on the ceiling. So still hidden from the ride. So for this one, since it has so much range and it's going literally everywhere, we're going to change the range really low right here. We're going to make it 12 and we're going to put 3 of them instead. So it just stays in the roof right here. Okay, here we go. Let's see what this looks like. That is a lot better. I do want to make the orange just a little brighter though. So we're going to make this, what is this orange color? That is not orange. Oh, that is so much better. Okay, you know what? I'm going to change all of them to that. See, that is actually better. So that is kind of the lighting that we're going to have here. The detail can be added. Like there's going to be so much detail. There would be. I'm not going to add it because it's not an actual ride. And now just for some detail, we're going to make the walls just like concrete and then the floor a little bit darker concrete. This is not part of this tip, but let's just do it anyways. All right, here we go. This is the ride now. Oh my goodness, I love the new cart right there. Look how cool that looks. We have some blue and then some orange and then the white just in general. So that is like kind of what complicated lighting looks like. Spotlights, also you should use those a ton. What I was gonna do, but I decided not to, I'm gonna grab some spotlights right here and just like shine them on the roof so you can like kind of see it. So we're gonna make this orange. So this is like the show light, I guess you could say, and then this is the actual like emitter, the one you see. So look, it actually does look better. So this is with the spotlight, And now without the spotlight, it looks like this. So it added quite a bit of orange light right there. I kind of like that. It kind of made the neon look a little bit brighter. So that is what I'm going to do for this one. It looks kind of cool. So just make sure to add some cool lighting to your rides, or else it'll look like it did before, literally just a box with no lights. So now let's go to the next one. I hope you learned something from that. I hope some people learned something from that. Now we are on to number 3. So for this one, it really just depends on the style of stuff you're making, but it's the more props that you use, the less realistic that it is, because the props you cannot change the material of. You can change the color, but the material kind of changes the color too. And so this looks pretty cool, I guess, if you're going for that style. But what I would rather do is make these props but with primitives. So here we go, we're gonna make them with primitives. So I want these poles on mine just to be a little more, like a little thicker and like sticking out a little bit more, because I mean, I just like it like that. And so we're just gonna make it like that, and that's another positive for doing your own props. You get to do your own details too. So that's gonna be it for there. Okay, now we just have to do like the top frame right here as well. There we go. And now what if I wanted it to be wooden and not wooden planks? Well, guess what? We can make it wooden, and this one you can't change the material. So let's do wooden, and then we'll do like this brown right here, and boom, look at that. And there you go, look at that. That looks literally a lot better. And if you want it to be, let's say you want it to be metal, guess what? You can make it metal. So that is that right there. That is number 3, and let's go to the next one. Number 4 is kind of like number 3. It is, if you do use pre-built items, make sure to like use them as other things. Like if you're gonna use a firework as a pre-built item, don't do it as a firework unless you really want to. Use it as something else. And so I'm gonna give you a little example of this, because that was confusing as heck. So let's grab just the first little prop we're gonna use is a timer. So this is a timer, but I'm gonna use it as a clock because it looks exactly like a clock. This one I feel like is an exception to this rule. Like literally just use a clock. But look at this, we're gonna use it as a clock. Look at that. Oh my goodness, it's amazing. Look at that. And we can even paint these. Look at that, we can paint it red if we really wanted to. So that's the first thing. And then another thing we can do is use the sequencer as a cashier. And then let's make 3 cashiers because we're rich right here. And then we're gonna use fireworks as cups. And use the cheapest one, please. Don't use an expensive one unless you're just trying to flex your money, I guess. So we just made this place a lot more detailed by adding fireworks as cups, a timer as a clock, and sequencers as cashiers. You can do this with so many other things. Like you can use anvils, I think they're called, for like doorknobs. You can use dead trees for coat racks. No, don't do that, please. That looks horrible. Don't do that. But that is kind of the idea for number 4. If you really don't want to do that, I guess you don't have to. It's just a little detail that could add stuff to your park. But now let's just move on to number 5. This one is really important, actually. So here I made the entrance of Flight X, a roller coaster in like Six Flags or something. And look at this. So I literally put a sign up here that says Flight X. If you know this entrance, it does not look like this. It is like there's a huge flight right here and the big X in the middle. But guess what? I just have a sign because I'm lazy. So I'm going to show you how to make like an image that actually looks good instead of just a sign right here. So this number 5 is don't use signs, use images. And what we're going to do is grab a text right here, and we're just going to use default text in case you want to use them. And then they're supposed to be like red, I think, like that. All right, and it's this kind of color right here. This font is obviously not the one we're going to use. We're going to make it, I think 400, I think is, nope, 500 maybe. 600 I accidentally typed, but I think 600 is good right here. All right, nothing so far. This one actually might not be bad. No, I think it's a little off. We got to make it a little more simple. Oh, this one is probably going to be the one we're going to use, but we're going to keep looking. If we don't find a better one than this, then that's the one. I think I'm going to go with this one right here, and we're going to make the, whatever it's called right here, like the spacing, we're going to make it maybe 100. All right, I think that's good right there. So that is going to be the flight, and I might make it like more 3D because that looks kind of boring. And then there's a humongous X in the background. Yeah, that's pretty good, and we're going to put it behind the flight. We're going to stretch it out a bit right here. Or I think what we should do is add a glow. So we'll make it a little bit darker so that we can add a glow in the middle. Actually, that looks pretty cool. I'm going to make it just a little bit darker. And I think I'm not going to spend too much time on it. So I think that's going to be good right there. And that looks way better than this sign right there. And we're just going to add it here to the creator dashboard right there. Here we go. Upload. Delete that sign right there. Never going to see that again. Oh my goodness, guys. That is beautiful right there. Look at that. That is like 1,000 times better than before. Oh my goodness. Yep. Okay. This number 5 is probably one of the best tips right here. Please use this. Anyways, we're going to move on to tip number 6. This one's actually pretty simple and quick. It's just to hide teleporters when using them. So right here, so I use this in my Super Nintendo world. So basically there was a queue path. You went through the queue and you teleported to a different place. And we're going to be teleporting to here. So we want to make it look effortless. Like you literally just went through a black screen and you're just going to keep going. Like nothing happened. So what we're going to do here is grab an image panel and then just extend it so it covers the entire like hallway or whatever you're using, and then just use a little bit of space. So just grab like about that much space right there. Now we're gonna go here, we're gonna go to free decals and just search up, we just searched up black and black plain picture. Perfect right there. Boom, exactly what I wanted. And now the other side right here, we're just gonna paint it black. So this is gonna be black right there. So now it's just black on both sides and you can walk through it and it's just like a black wall right there. And now we're going to add our teleporter. It's freaking expensive. And now what we're going to do with this teleporter is first of all flip it around and then just align it perfectly. If it's too big of a hallway, use 2 teleporters, but I'm just going to be using 1 because this hallway is kind of small. And now we're going to bring it down until it's about halfway down. So right now it's like halfway down. Don't do too down. You can do a little more, but don't do way too low because then people aren't gonna even be able to go through it. So I think halfway down is good right there. I guess paint it all the way black if you really want to, because then it hides it a little bit better. Just like that. Now let's grab another teleporter and bring it to this other side. And now we're gonna connect them as well. So we're gonna grab this one and connect it to this one. And now we're gonna test it out first to see like if it leads the right direction. Yep, it's perfect. And don't connect it backwards because then people are going to be able to walk backwards in the queue and you don't really want that. And now grab the same exact image panel and put it at right in front of the teleporter. When I mean right in front, I mean like literally centimeters, millimeters in front of the teleporter, like right there. There we go. Okay, so now it's going to look like this. You're going to walk and it looks so effortless, like you just went through. You can't see the teleporter at all. If you want to make it even better, you can add some smoke. So let's grab smoke emitter. I don't always do this, but it helps sometimes. So you can do that smoke, or you can do really like darker smoke if you wanted to, like that is sometimes cool. That's kind of just to hide the blackness back there, so it just looks like you're going into like nowhere instead of like a black screen. So we'll put 2 of them right here, one over there, one over there. And see, so it helps a little bit to, so it's not just the black screen, there's a little bit of stuff in front of it. So that actually kind of looks cool. I might use that in the future. See, look at that. Super effortless, like you're just going through the hallway. So that is what you should do for teleporters. Please do not just make them super visible, because that is dumb. Okay, so that is what you do for like queue paths and teleporters. If you want people to see the teleporter, I guess make them visible, but that's kind of what I use. So that is number 6. Let's go to number 7. So number 7 is to like make images be like animated. So this, we use timers and sequencers for this. So we're gonna grab a timer. So right there we got a timer and a sequencer. We want to make this like animated, like the flag, I want it to like wave. So what we're gonna do is change this to whatever flag you want. Let's do the Theme Park Tycoon 2 logo right here. Actually, no, I want it to take up the whole flag. So let's just do, so right here we have a flag. We're going to be actually changing this to a blank image. So we're gonna search up nothing. Hey, that's nothing right there. Perfect. Okay, and now we're gonna be grabbing this blank image and making 3 of them. So we're gonna use this as rotation, make another one here, and then make another one here. And we're gonna make this flag wave, by the way, if you didn't notice yet. So we're gonna grab it right here. Let's make this image, let's just do an American flag since it's like the 4th of July. So let's use that right there, and then we're gonna grab the second flag, so you can like check which flag you're on by like getting the outline. So this is the first. Grab the second flag and then grab the third flag and just copy the settings over just like this. Hold shift and just like drag it across. I don't know how long to make each of them, so we're just going to test them out, see what looks best, and let's try this. And so however long it is 1.5 seconds. We're going to make it so the timer goes off every 1.5 seconds. So we're going to add this every 1.5 seconds. See, look at that. It's waving. It actually looks kind of cool. So we're going to grab this middle one and just repeat it 1 time. And I think that'll be good. So now make it 2 seconds since it's 2 seconds long. And look at this. Now it's actually waving pretty cool. Look at that. That is amazing. That's going to add some realism to your parks because like there's movement literally going on in your park. It might make it lag though. That's just the one downside. That's number 7. I hope you use that one. I do have a whole Super Nintendo World park where there's going to be a ton of movement. And I will be using this kind of technique a lot in that park. You're going to see that, I think, in the live stream that I do for Super Nintendo World. Okay, number 8 is the simplest thing in the world. It is just add water, please. At least a little bit of water. So I'm gonna add some water right here. I'm not gonna be boring. I'm gonna add a little more. We're gonna add some rocks and stuff because I like adding rocks to water. So let's make them kind of small so then it doesn't look like too clunky right here. There's a couple rocks. We're doing this pretty slowly. Different size rocks as well. No rocks are the same size. All right, there we go. Let's paint these like rock colors. Just like that. Well, actually looks kind of cool. It's like a little heart right there. And speaking about hearts, you should like the video if you're liking it so far. We got 2 more left. These are actually really important ones as well, so stay tuned for those 2. But other than liking the video, you should do this right here. Do what the sign says. I'm gonna wait for you to do what the sign says. Alright, I hope you did it. If you didn't, you just wasted 5 seconds of your time right there. You could have done it so easily. The next one is making flat rides like detailed. No flat ride is just gonna be like that. No flat ride is literally just that. Okay, there's always gonna be more detail. So what we're gonna do here is make an entrance and exit. So we'll just do it like that. Pretty simple right here. And what we're gonna do is add another piece right here to make it so the fences go away. So we're gonna grab a path, just any path, because we can change the color later. So that didn't work out. We should do legacy. That works. Okay. Yeah, marble's pretty good. So we have this marble thing right here, and what we're gonna do is just make this like 1,000 times better. We're gonna add so many primitives, it's gonna be insane. So first of all, I'm gonna add like a little circle on the outside. So let's grab some primitives right here. Let's make this shorter, smaller like this. And we're gonna make it just like at the very edge of the circle that's already made right here, and then we're gonna make it kind of small like that. Ooh, that might not be bad right there. And now we're gonna use the entire ride as a rotation, guys. So I don't know what rotation you're gonna use, but we're just gonna test some out. Let's see. 11.25 is a little too small. Let's do a custom of 15. Let's see if that's good. Nope, too big. Actually, we're gonna adjust it to make 11.25 work. Oh yeah, that is perfect. So now we're just gonna spam these all along the outside. Look how cool it already looks just from adding stuff, a little bit of things to it. So that is that right there. Now we're gonna add some fences all around. You can do this with coasters, but I'm gonna just do a custom fence because I think it looks cool. So let's just do one little piece of the fence and then we'll copy it around everywhere. So we'll do something like this, and then we'll switch it around and then make smaller little pieces here. We'll make 2. We'll make one right here and one right here. And then we're gonna also be using metal for this. Okay, that's pretty accurate to that. So now we're just gonna use that and put that everywhere, rotate it around, and I promise you this is gonna look so cool. So that looks really, really cool right there. That actually looks like 10 times more realistic, to be honest. But if you want it to be even more detailed, you can add like a roof. You can add like little things hanging down from the ceiling. You can have so many things, but this is already making it look so much better. Even making it like a coaster track on the sides as the fence would make it look cool. So just add stuff to your flat rides right here. You can look at like Benji's stuff. Benji adds some super sick stuff to his flat rides. His flat rides look really, really nice. So if you want to see some examples of what to do, let's look at his parks and you'll see. So that is that for this one. Now we're going to do the very last thing, number 10. This is to make your coasters 1 down. It is such a simple thing, but everybody should be doing it. So we're going to destroy this entire roller coaster, and what we're going to do is just shift it down 1, and it's going to look so much better. So look at this. There is a cart rolling down from it exploding. Okay, it's gone. So this looks a lot more realistic. In no theme park you will see little stairs. Like look at like the station if it weren't to be down 1 like this. I'll give an example of what not to do here. In no theme park will you have to have little stairs to go up to your little coaster right here and start riding it. But most theme parks are like this. Like it's down 1 and you have to just like literally just shift across and you're just right there. And so for all of your roller coasters, you should be doing this because it's just so much better. There is like 1 or 2 that don't need to do this for. Yeah, for the flying coasters, you do not need to do this. For like the ceiling ones, basically, you do not need to do it for those. The flying coaster, you don't need to. This inverted launch, you don't need to. Floorless, you probably should. This one, you don't need to. Suspended swinging, you don't need to. But for basically all the other ones, you should. I don't think water coaster you need to. I don't know. Water coaster is kind of weird. I think water coaster would look cool if you did it 1 down. So that is the last tip right there. It just makes your park so much better. I see so many people just doing it like this. You have to like climb up, but it looks a lot more realistic if you do it down like this. Just all theme parks do this. And so that is going to be number 10. I guess that's our 10 simple tips. Most of them are simple. This lighting one was not the simplest, but the rest were actually pretty simple. Just add a couple things, make things a little better. So thanks for watching these tips. If one of them helped you, please comment down below which one of these helped you, so maybe I can make an entire video on one of them if you really want to. So if one specifically helped you a lot, make sure to comment that down below. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to do this right here. If in those 5 seconds you didn't do it, you better do it after this, guys. So thanks for watching. Comment any video ideas you want, because I have a lot of video ideas, but no one seems to like need any of the videos that I post, like haunted house, how to make a haunted house. Who needs that? Like, you can make your own haunted house, but if you really want to know how to build something or do something, make sure to comment that down below. And thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.